Hello peeps, welcome to Man Cave Culture. Today we're going to be discussing what is the best subcompact pistol to carry on you for concealment purposes. As you see, I have 5 bullets laid out before you. So I think the first thing we need to go over is what caliber is best for you to have on you in a subcompact pistol. See, this is the jagged point long rifle 22 bullet. These are okay because you can keep a lot of them in the gun itself. You can chamber a lot of them in a 22, even if it's a single stack. However, a 22 is less likely to kill a man or put a man down, I should say. They're kind of a tricky round. It's known as the least lethal bullet, at the same time being the most lethal bullet because it gets inside of you and has been known to bounce around and get in there and hit a bone and end up in your brain somewhere and stuff like that. So that's my take on the 22. I wouldn't have it for a concealed weapon myself, but to each their own. This is the 380 round. It's basically a 9mm round with less powder, less gunpowder. So this would also not be quite enough. It could stop a man, but you're kind of chancing it by using this round. It may take more than 2 to stop a man in his tracks. So that's my take on the 380 bullet. Next, we have the 9mm. The 9mm is a very good round to have on you. It does have enough stopping power to stop a man. However, people have been known to walk around with 9mm bullet holes in them. So it could go either way. I say you got like a 55 or 60% chance that one bullet could stop them, but you know, it's still that big 40 to 45% chance that it may not. But the benefit of the 9 is you can pack more bullets in the magazine normally if you have a single stack 9mm pistol than you could a 40 caliber, which is what we're about to discuss next. This is the 40 caliber. As you see, it's a little bit bigger than the 9mm. However, you know, the trade-off is, of course, the bigger the bullet, the less you can pack into the subcompact pistol. However, the 40 caliber is a good medium between the 45 and the 9mm because you can still get like 9 to 10 bullets in a mag and still have more stopping power than a 9mm. So that's why I would recommend a 40 caliber pistol to be your subcompact carry pistol. Something you can conceal on you and nobody know you have it until you need it. And that leads us with, last but not least, the 45. As you see, it's the biggest bullet here. However, of course, like I said before, the trade-off is you cannot pack as many 45 bullets in a magazine as you can a 40 caliber or 9mm, etc. However, they do have the most stopping power of all 5 of these bullets, but I would not really recommend that because you probably wouldn't get with 6, maybe 7 or 8 shots out of a 45 caliber compact magazine. So with all that being said, let's get these out of the way and discuss the actual brand of gun I think you should carry. As I went over, the 45 has the most stopping power, and if you're gonna go with a 45, I may recommend something like this Springfield XDS 45 ACP 3.3 subcompact. If you've been following the channel, you know I just recently got this gun not too long ago, and it is a very good shooting gun. However, it's very snappy, so I'd say you'd have problems get back on target outside of about 40 feet. Now, most of the gun battles you're going to be in are probably not going to be no more than 40 feet if somebody's invaded your home or you're attacking somebody at like a church or something like that, somewhere you're at, and you're trying to save the day. This is probably going to be sufficient enough to reach out and touch somebody and get their attention. And not only get their attention, but lay them down because it's got this big old round coming out of it. This big 45. So that's why I say this is a good gun to have for sure as your carry pistol. However, you only get 6 rounds out of the magazine. So 6 rounds, like I say, could be enough, but you always want more bullets. And as you see, the 40 caliber, let me find it, is significantly smaller than the 45, therefore giving it slightly less stopping power, but not a whole lot less stopping power, surprisingly. So, with all that being said, The Glock 27 subcompact would be my ideal carry pistol. It's it's lightweight, obviously small enough to go in your waistband with nobody noticing it. And the best part of all, it holds 9 bullets in the magazine. So therefore you have a possibility of 10 shots. So that's very good in my opinion. And if you're gonna use the 40 caliber, I would recommend using the hollow point. That way, when you shoot someone, the bullet will actually mushroom out on contact, causing more damage as it goes through their flesh. That's the whole point of hollow point versus the full metal jacket. Full metal jacket will continue to penetrate and possibly go through the person and maybe through the person behind them or into the wall behind them. But the hollow points will more than likely mushroom out into the person you hit, the first person you hit. And like I said, once it mushrooms out, it's going to make a whole lot of damage inside of the body cavity that it creates when it hits. So let's discuss some benefits of carrying the 40 caliber 27. It offers more stopping power than many other subcompacts, making it ideal for self-defense. Despite its small size, it delivers performance close to full-size duty wet pistols. Its concealability, its subcompact frame is easy to conceal, whether carried inside the waistband, ankle, or in a small holster. Rounded edges and lightweight design make it comfortable for daily carry. Let's go over how compatibility and versatility. It can use larger Glock 22 or Glock 23 magazines, giving you higher capacity if needed. Can be fitted with aftermarket accessories, night sights, extended mags, grip extensions, etc. Conversion barrels allow caliber swaps from 9mm with a Glock 26 barrel or a 357 SIG with a Glock 33 barrel. It's easy to use, simple to operate with no external safeties. Just draw, aim, and shoot with this pistol. Easy to disassemble and clean. You obviously want to rack it first. Make sure you have that in the chamber. Pull the trigger, rack it back, then pull down on this right here in the front. And pull it off. It's manageable recoil for 40 caliber, especially with practice. That's another big plus over the Springfield. Springfield is snappy, as I lean it, or as I talked about earlier. It's snappy because it's a 45 and it's so short, the barrel's so short, it snaps back and it's kind of hard to get back on target as fast as you could with the 40 caliber. The Glock name itself comes with a proven track record, widely used as a backup pistol for police officers, which speaks to its dependability and effectiveness. And like I say, the Glock 27 itself is a great backup weapon. This is actually my backup weapon as a police officer. It's trusted by civilian carriers for decades. This has just been a trusted brand and a trusted pistol in itself for decades. People have always relied on the Glock name and Glock 27. So I'll just leave you with this about this pistol. In short, the Glock 27 combines power, concealability, and reliability better than most subcompacts, making it one of the best choices for concealed carry and personal defense. Now you can get a upgraded generation of this pistol, and it will have the Picatinny rails on it, like the Springfield does. So you can add a gun light. In my opinion, that's the only thing this gun is missing, is a place to place a gun light. I don't think you really need a red dot per se, because the still sights on this weapon are superb as far as compact guns go. I'm actually more accurate inside of 100 feet than I am with this Springfield inside of 100 feet, even though the Springfield has a red dot. So take that for what you will. But nevertheless, the Glock 27 40 caliber is so far, in my opinion, the best subcompact pistol you can get, especially for the price. You can find these for around $400 nowadays, or maybe even cheaper, depending on where you shop. If you shop at like local gun shows or pawn shops, you may can find them for around $375. But good little gun, fits good in your hand. All your fingers have a landing point on the handle of the gun, and the trigger is not bad either. It's pretty much what you expect out of a Glock trigger. You got some take up right there, and you got the wall. And bang. There you have it, peeps. The Glock 27 40 caliber. So in closing, peeps, don't forget to check on your loved ones. You never know when somebody's going through something. They could be going through a hard time right now and just need somebody to vent out to. So don't forget to call people you know, maybe an old classmate or just somebody you know from back in the day you hadn't talked to in a long time. Go ahead and just reach out to them and let them know that you're thinking about them, and let them get some stuff off their chest they want to. Ask them how they're doing, and go from there. You know, just check on each other, because you never know. You don't want to make that phone call to somebody that you considered a friend or was close with, and they're not answering because they're dead. It'd be nice if you could like let them channel their venting it onto you, and maybe that would help them live another day. So with all that being said, until next time, I hope you and yours continue to be blessed. Deuces.
Set your face